Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Mech Warriors. We have the MWO CS 21, as in 2021 final, the grand final up for you guys tonight or today. And I have my friend, Mr. Bowser here. How are you, pal?
Hello. I'm doing very well. I'm excited.
Are you ready?
I'm very ready. I hope the teams are ready.
I would hope the teams are ready. They've been in lobby for about 10 minutes, so that's good. Shall we kick off the map ban, mate? Or would you like to talk a little bit before that? We can make them wait. It's okay. I don't mind.
Straight into map banning.
Straight into map ban? All right. Okay. Letting them know we're going to do the map ban. And let's have a look, shall we? What maps do you think, mate? First three.
So HBG has been a very common map on this tournament.
Ooh.
And Tourmaline has been a very common map in this tournament. HBG, Tourmaline, and probably Canyon are, I would say, the three most common maps in this tournament. So I would expect to see those. Honestly, I think we're going to see maybe those maps first from these teams. Maybe Mining thrown in there too. I would expect we're not going to see a Polar.
But no Polar from these two teams. Okay.
I expect JGX is going to want to make it very quick. And I expect it's going to be a bit of a fight for 5JDX. So very interesting to see.
So you think JGX might be fast running the matches here?
I think so.
Oh.
I entirely think that's possible.
Ooh.
These teams, they play. No, it's no secret. These teams play against each other often and a lot. So I think they're going to know each other in and out. And I think it'll very much come down to piloting skill in these matches. I actually do genuinely believe that. So I will be very interesting to see. I know 5JDX has some very strong pilots on their roster. So some newcomers at that too. So I'll be excited to see how well they do in these matches.
I also heard unofficially last night at work that Temporary Axis said that they're going to bring something a little different to the games tonight. Now, I don't know what that means or what is going to happen, but I'm excited to see that. I like it. I'm keen. You know what I mean? Like something a little different is good, great for the game, and for the final matches, why not, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm hoping I've got the right map ban here. I haven't seen them ban yet. Just letting them know we're ready. I think that maybe they don't know we're ready to ban yet. Not sure. Hope you guys in the chat are ready. This is going to be good. Oh. Okay, so they're banning, but the map ban is not updating. Right, okay. That's a problem. Hold on, guys. Just got some technical difficulties. It would not be a MWO stream without them, right? Please share the link far and wide as well. MWO Leagues, the grand final for
Let's get
the
some
year.
hype going. The grand finals. The prize pool is pretty big this year too. So it'll be. I mean, these teams are playing for a fair amount of money. Not as much as previous years, but they are still playing for a good amount of money. As far as I'm aware, the prize pool is over $15,000 or might be over $16,000. So they are playing for some money here.
It's a little bit of money for your time spent. Maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot, right? Depends how you look at it.
Absolutely.
And, dude, the map bans are on.
Many people.
Oh, the map bans are on.
Right.
Fast. Okay, right.
All right, and you can just call me the Savant because we're seeing Kenyan Network, HBG, Tourmaline Desert. However, 5JDX does pick Polar Highlands, so I'm wrong there, but I am right in Kenyan Network, HBG, and Tourmaline being the first, and then Mining Collective will be the last one.
I'm shocked, but not shocked at Canyon. It's a...
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, Kenyan, HBG, Tourmaline, the big three.
So JGX have gone Team 1 for Canyon Network. Team 1 for HBG 2. Okay, right.
5JDX is... Oh, yeah. Okay, I missed that.
Yep, no, that's all right. We can make mistakes, mate. It's okay. We're at the casters. We're not refs. Oh! And Tourmaline too. Ooh. I think JGX are metagaming the map bans here.
Not an extremely hard thing to do, as has been not very hard in previous years as well.
That's true. Yep, that is very true. So we got JGX Team 1 on Canyon, HPG, and Tourmaline, and Polar Highlands. Wow, okay. I don't have to do anything. This is great. I love lobbies like this. This is awesome. And yes, the stream is on delay, guys. It is delayed. It's about 6-7 minutes, give or take. Be patient. It will get live when you get there. Oh, wow. 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 Team 1 for everyone. That's it. Done.
Excellent.
Yep. Easy lobby. Very, very easy lobby. Okay. So let's roll to some map strat, perhaps.
Absolutely. As Team 1 goes into the 5-minute phase to get ready.
Oh, wrong map. Wrong map. Do you want to change that, mate, and sort that out while I set the timer?
Kenyan Network.
And also, viewers, we do have a special code at the end of the stream. There will be a very special code. You get a bunch of free stuff at the end. So do stick around. Please hit that follow button. There is a great little prize right at the end. Not even Bowser knows what it is. I haven't even told him yet.
So as we get into Kenyan Network here, both of these teams, they play very similarly. They have their strongest pilots inside of traders, and they have generally a sort of light pack thing going on. That's kind of been the running theme for this tournament, has been that general meta. We've seen some divergences, such as Loots, laser vomit rushes, which have had quite limited success, frankly speaking, and some other divergences from that.
I like that.
Mostly, it's about taking power positions, out trading, and basically just winning light pack fights and holding that 3-cap. So as we see here on the Kenyan map strat, so I'll just outline some very strong positions I expect these teams to take. I would expect strong range in these two positions. I should probably use different color marker here.
Yep.
For Team 1, I would expect strong traders somewhere like there. Team 2 here, maybe here. You could even put something up there. A lot of teams like to put like a high mount jump jet mech on that hill right there. And Team 1, I see a lot of teams take the comm tower side over here, the reworked comm tower. I think that, in my opinion, that's extremely dangerous, but I've seen a lot of teams do it, so I would expect that to be no different this time around. Most strong position maybe back here.
Why is it a little bit risky, mate? Would you like to explain that to the viewers?
So there's a lot of... So the old comms tower had a big mound of hard cover. This one is almost entirely removed of that hard cover. So it makes it easier for Team 2 to shoot into Team 1's comm tower. As before, you had basically the big mountain, which also obscured movements. So it's very easy to see mechs shifting from rock to rock, and it's very easy to get shot as you're shifting from rock to rock. That like the big hill that was there is basically entirely gone. So
there's a lot of cover removed. A lot.
Yes.
Like a lot of cover.
A lot of soft cover, less hard cover.
Yeah, it's not all of it, but it's enough that it matters, right?
Yes.
Now, what about Kappa? Kappa's the really weird one on this map now, I think.
So Kappa is pretty dangerous. You have to have sustained aggression to actually take it. I suspect JGX, honestly, JGX and 5JDX both have the sustained aggression going on with their light packs, because they both, as I mentioned earlier, they both play similarly. But I think Kappa's a gamble, because these teams, they rely on their Overwatch. They rely on their traders, and you don't have that if you go Kappa. So you're basically mono and mono, light pack on light pack. And if you have a light somewhere else, or what have you, scouting, doing anything, testing data, or anything like that, then it's a risky prospect. And we've seen that. Teams this year have generally ignored Kappa's side entirely. Unlike previous years, where often there's been very big fights on Kappa.
So,
in these tournaments.
Theta being a key point, but we've also seen teams avoid Theta entirely as well. It being
Absolutely.
It's a weird one, right? Do you cap Theta, or do you just completely ignore it? What do you do as the 5th Dragoons here, right? Coming in as the underdogs, admittedly. How do you do it? Do you go Theta? Do you go Epsi? How do you deal with it?
So Theta is extremely dangerous unless you get it early. You have to really make a play to secure it early, and the reason is it's very similar to comm tower. A lot of the hard cover that especially the left and right hard cover that maybe blocks you some of those strong positions from to the left and the right that are more outlined in the markers. Even something maybe like, as I'm marking with the wrong color, maybe something like here could shoot into theta before. Now it or couldn't shoot into theta before, but now it can.
It can, right? Yeah.
So you basically have to take it fast, or really not at all, or you have to do it in a sort of way where you have your traders keeping down their traders, and then your lights moving as their traders go down, which we haven't seen many teams execute this year. It is something that can happen, as I said,
like Team
but
2
I
is
think
the stronger side.
Theta needs to be played early, I think, for these teams.
Yeah, I feel like Team 2
is... And we've seen that generally in the tournament. Usually, these teams will take, like, a flea or something, which is basically the fastest mech in the game, and they'll rush it in there, cap it real fast, and get out. There's some other contenders as well. We have seen some light pack skirmishes before the bigs get into position, so for some of your slower, maybe slightly more ranged lights than a flea, that definitely is a thing, but again, it has to happen before the trading positions get locked down and hunkered by each team.
But now I've got a second to get a word in, right? Just winding you up, it's okay. Now, how do you deal with Team 1, right? I think Team 1 is the weaker side. Agree or not agree?
I would generally agree.
Only based on Theta though, right?
No, I don't think it's actually based on Theta. I think there's stronger hard cover positions from Team 1 than there are Team 2. Previously, Team 2 had the radio tower hard cover, for example. That's basically completely gone. And you have the junk guard, which has always been a very strong position. You have a lot of the back hills. You have the back hill in C3, C4. This one right here. You have a lot of those strong positions that haven't really been touched with the map rework. Team 2 got a lot of things changed with the map, or sorry, Team 1 actually got a lot of things changed with the map rework, but not so much Team 2. So that, in my opinion, is why Team 2 is stronger.
Beautiful.
Not so much Theta. It's difficult for either side, I think, to get Theta for the most part.
Absolutely beautiful rundown, mate. And these guys
are dropping into this match.
Oh, my lobby leaderboard is wrong. Let me fix that. Hang on. There we go. I think it's right now. Oh dear. Yep, there we go. Ooh, Shadowhawk here. Summoner. Ooh.
And figure out how to
Timberwolf.
Get the loadouts pulled up here.
Can't move yet. I have to wait 1 moment.
How do we get the loadouts pulled up here?
Tab, Q, and backspace.
Backspace.
And P. The P
all right, excellent. Yeah. Very nice.
And linebacker. Oh, hang on a minute.
I'm going to start with JGX here. They have a Mac at Deathstrike, Flea 17, Direwolf W, Phoenix Hawk 2, Misslings G, Black Lantern, Hunchback 2C A, and Executioner A. Very safe picks. We have some of that aggression, that Executioner, that Hunchback, and of course their lights, and we have the trading, the Direwolf, the Deathstrike, everything else. And as we look at
5 JDX are brawling.
They are doing a rush.
They're rushing.
Towards Theta.
Yep.
Misslings, Shadowhawk, Linebacker, Viper, Executioner, Timber. Everything looks like it is brawl. Timber missiles, Summoner missiles. You have the Viper, extremely high DPS. The Misslings, extremely high DPS. The Black Lantern, extremely high DPS. JGX looks like they're going very traditional, but 5 JDX has a very strong rush coming.
Very big. Look at it. Wow.
Very hard wolf packing around Theta. Some interesting mech choices, though, from 5 JDX. I don't think JGX has scouted this yet. They know now. No. Just the Mislinks.
Yep, Go Girl seen it.
No, that was just the Mislinks. They haven't seen it yet. They might see it now.
No, they're still rotating to the right. JDX is still moving to the right here.
No, they haven't seen it yet. The Executioner is in the back of the map, not in a good position to receive any sort of push. And GRAM and the Viper spots that Executioner. And Polycat in the Mislinks. They might jump on this Executioner, not quite. Data in the Direwolf maybe. Oh no, they're just walking the open. Kieran Yagami, the Timberwolf, down to 88%. 5 JDX losing health fast. It seems a bit disjointed here.
It's a little bit out of sync.
Polycat, however, does kill Gogio in the Mislinks. That's a huge kill for 5 JDX. As we keep going with this push here. Jaguar, 57%, 51%. He's going to go down very fast. That's it. He's down.
Gone. No, he's gone, dude. He's gone.
Already. They're gone already. Navid in the Phoenix Hawk
got back shots though, mate. Prez got back shots.
Bunsen, however, does die in the Executioner. Navid in the Phoenix Hawk almost dead. Navid's down. 5 JDX is up 3-1 already in this match. Lord of God is almost dead too.
Wow, no, this is actually a nuts push.
Almost
This
dead,
is
dude.
an
Lerm
insane
God's down.
push.
JGX is down 4 mechs already.
Lerm
The
God
game
is
is barely
down,
even
dude.
started.
What is going on here? This is insane.
And Krasnodebski is getting 2v1'd in the Black Lantern.
No, I don't think Kraz is going to live through this. There's no way with Polycat and
He does
G-Ram
die,
all
though,
over him. No way.
And
No way.
Data is now getting swarmed by extreme
legged.
close-range DPS. He's in the direwolf. He's going to die, actually, really fast. Here
Data's
is down.
down.
He's legged 61%.
He's gone.
Krasnodebski goes down. Data about to go down. This
Why
match
JGX
looks
have pulled it out?
5 JGX.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
The upset, the absolute upset of, I would think, the entire series has happened. It has actually happened. Polycat is completely fresh.
They need to swarm
Holy
this
shit.
Executioner. They need to gather up and swarm
What
this
is
Executioner.
going on
Ultimate
here?
Ghost does go down, but the lights are pretty fresh for
Super
5
fresh.
JDX.
Super fresh.
But Viper
Doesn't matter.
goes down too. It's getting close, but Pasha's down. Pasha's down. It's just the flea. And this looks like it's going to be in favor of 5 JDX.
Wow.
Incredible stuff.
Wow. The Dario is not getting away from this.
Strongest push I've seen in the
Holy
entire tournament.
shit.
5 JDX is here to win.
This is insane. I have not seen this. Like you said, mate, I have not seen a push like this all comp.
Dario, it's only
No
a matter
way.
of time before Dario goes
Oh
down.
my God.
That is it. That's it. 5
What
JDX
the hell just
takes it.
What was that? What was that?
JGX had no scouting. They expected a traditional play from their opponent.
Oh
but
my
5
God.
JGX knew what they had to do and executed it extremely well. Something we've basically not seen from any teams in this tournament, actually.
No. And look at the damage number. Oh, sorry, percentages, right? Polycat's fresh.
The
Axis is
linebacker,
fresh.
the mislinks, still fresh.
Fresh.
Z is in the black liner, 71%. He's still good enough.
Caro's
However,
CT,
how
but
well will this strat
Wow.
continue to work?
Oh my God.
JGX now is on the back foot in this tournament. They have to be expecting this from now on. And that's incredible. That's the best push I've seen all year,
Yep.
probably.
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Damage numbers. What do we have here? Oh wow. Oh geez. This is insane.
About what we would expect, the mechs
Yeah.
that got caught out for
Yep.
JGX. I mean, Dana was the only one who was in a position to really farm that push. The other mechs, like Pasha and that Executioner, he's like in the back of the map, just kind of lollygagging, not really doing a whole lot.
I was kind of
just
hoping that
again, expecting very traditional play. JGX, they play very slow generally, based around their light pack. And
man, this I don't even. I'm actually dumbfounded
That's
right now. I am
incredible.
completely stunned at that game. That is just insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. Okay. Map strat. It's going to be pretty simple this time, but let's draw what happened because it's just W. All W. Oh my God.
I mean, shit,
Wow.
man, that's incredible. All right.
Wow. Wow.
So
I'm shocked.
honestly, JGX did about what I said they would. They put a mech in nest. They
Mm-hmm.
had their traders ready behind Comm Tower on the power positions. But 5 JDX, they took the DPS, they took the damage, they took the speed, and they just went right from the start of the game like this, up towards Theta. And JGX, I do not believe scouted that push whatsoever. They saw the mislinks, but that's just a mislinks. That doesn't really mean anything to the rest of the team without context. And it really was just, they just ran out in the open in front of Data's Direwolf, which is why he got so much damage. But it doesn't matter when their mechs have way more armor, way more speed. JGX's mechs, half their mechs were completely out of position, not expecting anything of that sort. And I mean, they still brought the match relatively close, but not really, considering 5 JDX still had 4 mechs left. It's just basically just jumping on mech after mech, not taking the fair fights, just ganging up. That's how you do a push in 2021. That was phenomenal to see.
Absolutely insane, mate. Like I don't, like you said, I have not seen that.
That's the best push
Yep.
I've seen
Yep.
all year.
Hands down.
It's
the best.
phenomenal.
Yep.
And that proves to anybody out there doubting, 5 JDX is here to win, they're here to stay, and they're here to play.
Did they just really shake JGX here? I think they did. Like, you're going to be on the back foot now. Are they going to push every drop or not?
I don't think you can get away with it every drop. But HPG, as Loot showed, when they did their laser moment push on GNX, completely caught them off guard with the speed. And then before, I believe a week prior, when they pushed Kino with the small pulse lasers through the basement, the pushes can catch people off guard. If they're playing more traditionally, they can catch the people off guard. And Loot demonstrated it is possible. So I would expect
We've seen
much better teams as JGX and 5JDX to also expect it's possible and to also be able to execute it better than a team, say, like Loot did.
So we've seen the 5JDX guys go heavy basement, like really fast, ER peeps and micro pulse and stuff, like aggressive but close and long range, and it works, right? It worked against Loot and other teams. So do they do this and then do that middle aggro or not? It's, you know what? I don't even know what's going to happen now. After that match, I think this completely throws everything out the window. Absolutely insane.
JGX have to be ready to expect a push, though.
They have to set up now, right?
Teams in this tournament have been caught off guard by this before. And now it's JGX's turn to be caught off guard by a push.
Well, this is the thing, right? So this is the B team or second team or whatever you want to call it, right? They know how the main team plays. So this is an actually pure hard counter after months of scrimming. This is actually crazy. I really want to see what happens on HPG now. I'm actually super
and HPG is again, as Loot and other teams have demonstrated, I think even 5JDX had a more aggressive front-loaded strat, if you will, on this map, as I recall. So multiple people now have pushed multiple times on this map. It is possible. And the teams have to know. The teams have to know this.
It works. It actually works. Everyone says, "Oh, HPG, the wall snipers." It's not. It's actually not about that. If you get aggressive, it really isn't. It's a very great map. I love the map. It's very different. I don't even know what we're going to see, man. I just don't. After that, I am completely dumbfounded. What do you think we're going to see from Team 1? Because I think it's actually the weaker side because you cannot protect your Gamma Cap as easy. Sorry, I should say as easy as Kappa from Team 2. Nothing? Come on, mate. Give me something. What do you think, right? Because Team 1, you can't defend Gamma as easy as Team 2 can defend Kappa. How do you do it on the map strat? How do you do it? What do you do now as JGX after that?
Team 1, I mean, if I'm JGX, again, this is an aggressive map. If I'm JGX, I am posturing people on the wall, and I'm kind of doing it in a way that is total coverage. And I mean, this map, it's kind of one-dimensional in the respect that you kind of have your traders on the wall, and you kind of have your light pack, I don't know, somewhere in here. I'm just using the same color. Somewhere in there, somewhere like that. So I think Mech Lab choice. I mean, Mech Lab choice was really the defining feature last match too, right? They took the 5JDX took the mechs to make that push happen. They took the armor, they took the DPS, they took the speed.
Even a Shadowhawk out of nowhere, right? Like we haven't seen that all comp.
People discount the Shadowhawk. It is stronger than people realize.
We have not seen it all comp, I don't think, at all in a push. I don't. I think this is the first match.
Not once the entire tournament has anybody taken a Shadowhawk. A bit of a trailblazer in that respect.
Absolutely insane.
It's easy to see why. It's a strong mech.
Wow.
So I think it'll come down to Mech Lab more than it will positioning. Last match, I think it was a combination of both. On this map, it's more linear. There is the biggest thing I can say is there is some time between when the mechs spawn and when the mechs get on the wall.
Yep.
Last week, everyone saw Loot do that. They pushed immediately out of the gates from Team 1 to Team 2, and GNX did not even have all their mechs on the wall ready to respond. So Loot basically was able to push in the open all the way to their side of the map, taking very little damage. So it is possible to exploit if you bring some slower traders. Maybe not some faster ones, but very much some slower ones.
Now I'm flicking back to the lobby here because even tonnage, right? So normally we always see 5 or 10 tons under normally means a faster, more aggressive movement, but the tonnage is even this time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is insane. Axis said there was going to be some off-kilter stuff, and he has delivered.
We are here now dropping into this HPG match.
Wow.
I think if any match plays in, or if any of these remaining maps is going to play in 5JDX's favor, it's going to be this one. I think it is very strong to push on this map. It's a strong strategy to hard push on this map. And so if they're going to do it again, and if they're going to have success with it, it's going to be here.
it's 50-50, or is it 60-40 because they did it last game? Not sure. Maybe 60-40. I think they might push.
It's hard to say. JGX has to be expecting something. Again, this is a strong push map. Teams know this. They have to be expecting something at this point in time.
JGX a mega back foot right here, I think. Like, really, they can't not be after that game. Holy shit. Let's look. What do we have here for JGX?
All right.
I'm going to go through the red
JGX. We have the Mistlinks Prime, the Warhammer 2C3, the Firestarter A, the Black Lantern, the Direwolf W, the Executioner A, the Viper C, and the Hunchback 2CA. Almost very similar mechs to what they brought before. However, on 5JDX, they brought very much the same mechs before. However, on 5JDX, we have Direwolf W, Executioner CH, so very similar picks there. FS9A from Polycat, Assassin DD from Zia's, Hellspawn 70 from Ultimate Ghost, Stalker 5S, Mistlinks G, and Black Lantern Prime. So it looks like 5JDX has invested more in the range trade, actually. The light
different
pack.
Game.
This match.
There's no pushing.
They've invested more in the light pack this match, but they still have a strong amount of traders. It's not going to be a hard push. However, JGX is stacking on the small pulse lasers, evidently the strong weapon for light packing at this point in time in the current meta. While 5JDX, they have the Assassin, they have the Hellspawn, they have more SRMs. It might be interesting to see how the light fight turns out.
Look where Polycat and Windscape are. They're sitting in ambush here. They're waiting.
Yes.
They are ready to go.
That's what they have to do with those SRMs, though. Half of their light pack is SRMs. They have to make that ambush. That's the play they're going to make to win.
Well, they have to bait someone on the Theta now. Because JGX are very cautious. Look at this, right?
And
very
interestingly,
cautious. Oh, wow.
JGX's Mistlinks is Light Guard, it appears, for the light pack. We see him hanging with their 3 traders there on the wall.
I'm watching that right now. Right now, Dario is like super.
However, neither of these teams realize what the other one is planned. You see JGX's light pack spread out, counting the Mistlinks, and far back. So it looks like 5JDX finally realized they're pushing on. They push on to Theta to get it. That's going to be big. If they can hold it, that's going to be big for them, as it's now the 3-cap, the usual stalemate on HBG with the 3-cap versus the 2-cap.
The only problem is with the traders here. I'm looking at GRAM is actually losing quite a little bit of armor here with the trades. If they've got, 6 guys underneath, the traders have to be very careful here for 5 DJX. Very, very, very careful.
That is right. They are, and they have, however, 5JDX does have that Executioner, which is pushed up. He's a trader too. But yeah, they need to not take the free damage. Weapon Master taking about 15% of his mech for free there.
Right there, yep.
They need to just avoid taking that free damage and hold on to that Theta cap. They have the 3-cap. They basically need to be scouting their light movement at this point in time and not taking tons of free damage like that.
So we've got Dagor, Pasha, and Lermgod all sitting on the wall here. Good long range. Actually, Dagor's moving up now. Interesting. Okay, so JGX are getting aggressive. They know they have to do something because caps will be a problem eventually, right?
That's
they have
right.
To do something.
And a lot of times we see from lesser skilled teams, they wait too long on the caps. They wait too long. These teams probably realize that they need to act sooner rather than later. Yeah, GRAM is
he's losing his trades.
75%. Yep. It's gonna be expected though, trading like 3 or 4 versus 1 here. They need to not take that free damage. They need to play for the win, not play for the moment. The win is the caps.
I think 5JDX here, right? If they're patient, they can do this. No worries.
Absolutely.
I mean, Polycat and Axis have to have seismic, right?
If you're JGX right now, you're sweating.
Yep.
However, if you're JGX right now, you realize that you're winning trades and you're not sweating as badly. So you need to be careful if you're 5JDX.
Oh, Data's moved around now. Data's moved. He's 83% though. Hang on, where is he? Let me have a look. Oh, no, he's pretty fresh actually. Very well spread. Very nice.
Yeah, JGX is to be expected, of course, up on the damage right now. We see JGX light pack here going around, possibly on the 5JDX light pack. If JGX jumps them here, it might be very bad. But they're not willing to push yet at this point in time.
Oh, Gogil is torsoed. He's open torso after that one peak. Although Axis is
bad exchanges
nearly weak, but not enough to matter yet, I don't think. Wow. 5JGX is just holding Theta. They don't care. It's just a cap war now. It is a pure cap war. And there is 100 tickets. 100 tickets difference. Wow. Oh.
Weapon Master and then the Executioner down to 65%. Kieran Yagami and the Stalker, 73. GRAM and the Direwolf, 73. Webmaster taking lots of damage down to 59%. He might go down here.
I think he's going to go down. Yeah, no.
He's going to go down.
Yep. JGX on him. No, he's gone. He's halved.
Yeah,
he's done.
That's it for him. That's just kind of a sacrificial mech there. That not a whole lot of sense. JGX pushed a mech onto Kappa to take it, so they're going to take back cap control with that Viper there. Meanwhile, 5JDX just lost a mech for free there, unfortunately. Not supported by the rest of his team.
Oh, no. JDX getting aggressive now, but Weapon Master eating a lot of damage early, and you know what? That adds up.
5JDX's lights are taking a lot of damage too, running out in front of Data here in his Direwolf, who's in an excellent position. He's able to move up because of the lack of trade pressure.
JDX are on axis here from 5 JDX.
5JDX is on the retreat.
Oh, nearly
which is not what you want.
Wow. So JDX have kind of pushed 5 JDX actually off Theta. But at the same time, see what's going on in Kappa over the back?
They pushed them off the map.
Yep.
If you see here, they basically pushed them off the middle of the map
in the back.
entirely.
Look at that, right there. Look at that, back corner of the map. Literally pushed
Losing
out.
that Executioner, very bad for 5JDX.
Just call them the Jack Daniels. That works. They get upset about it, but it's okay. Oh, G-Ram's getting absolutely pushed here by Navid.
Kirin Yagami goes down.
He's done.
G-Ram is halved now. He's going to go down.
Yeah,
he's down now. And that's probably going to be mostly all she wrote for 5JDX.
The numbers, the numbers are falling here for 5JDX. Very quick.
They needed to support that Executioner linchpin in the middle of the map, and when they didn't, everything fell apart for them.
It has,
unfortunately.
Oh, Navid's legged, actually. Navid is one shot on the leg.
Yeah,
He's
but the rest of
done.
It's irrelevant, though. Now
but
it's
it doesn't
down,
matter.
But they still have 7 versus 4. And with JGX having much stronger positions, much more health overall, that's Windscape
goes down. Yep.
That is going to be game, set, and match.
Ooh.
I'd be surprised if 5JDX is able to pick up even another kill here.
Oh, mate. Oh, no, because even Pasha, I don't think he's going to die over to the Assassin here and Zeus. I'd be very surprised if he does. Oh, Lerm got it up his butt too. Oh, wow.
Polycat goes down.
Oh, Zeus legs.
There isn't much left, and like I said, that's going to be all she wrote.
Yep.
Hellspawn goes down. And Ziz shortly after. I don't think he's going to lose. Or I don't think the Executioner is going to lose to this Assassin here.
No, I don't think so. I think you're right. He's not. He's basically done. And Lergon got to shoot him up the bum, right? Yep.
And that is all she wrote.
Oh, wow.
Potentially a very strong strat from 5JDX, but that Executioner was quite literally left to die. JGX's light pack unopposed in movement and or unscouted. We see Data in the Direwolf. 947 damage.
Wow,
massively out-trading the opposition. G-Ram only 520. The Stalker, Kirin Yagami, 258, and the Executioner, 219. Those are not the numbers you want to be seeing from your trading mechs, other than G-Ram and the Direwolf, and Data basically did the same damage as all of them combined.
I think you said it earlier, right? Where
that is to be expected when they're literally trading like 2 versus 4.
Yeah, like you said earlier, 5JDX just bleeding a lot of armor when they had the cap count. They had the tickets. There's no need for them to lose that armor, right?
That's right.
Oh, wow.
And again, leaving that Executioner die, that's where it ends, or that's where it ended for 5JDX. That's a big linchpin mech right there to be losing basically to nothing, either an unscattered movement or again, just left on its own.
All right, so map strat, mate. What happened that game? That was slower, actually, than what we thought. Not actually what we thought would happen in the end. Kind of, but not really.
I mean, JGX kind of, they had their traders kind of, if I can get the right color here. Kind of, they had in the beginning, they had the 3 traders here. Data kind of went over here, then he was able to shift alongside the wall.
All the way, yep.
Basically, 5JDX had their big light pack here. They did end up taking Theta because JGX's light pack was fearful of a push. I believe they were in position to receive a push. That's what the Missings on the wall was doing. That's why the light pack was further out. But
would you say there's a little bit of paranoia, perhaps, from that after that first match, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
A bit scared, right?
JGX, I mentioned this before the match. If you're JGX, you're on Outreach or you're on HBG, you're seeing what the other teams have done in the past. You are fearful, maybe not fearful, but concerned of the possibility of a hard
Dario
push.
was hard screening. Hard screening.
Absolutely.
Crazy game. Actually, I'm surprised that 5JDX actually from being caps up that they kind of lost that from the armor.
Their biggest advantage was the fact that they had those mechs in the middle there. They needed to play around that. When JGX's light pack was being aggressive, they should have just jumped on them, to be quite honest. That was their best play there, just doing it, because their inaction cost them the match, cost them that executioner, cost them the map, and cost them the match.
I think they were kind of waiting and hoping that JGX would overextend or something. And, you get that seismic, they're coming in, you get an early pick. And they nearly did. I think, on Gogol, nearly. But it wasn't enough, right? It didn't convert. It wasn't a kill. And then what do you do after you get pushed into the back corner of the map?
I think the game was quite, like I said, I firmly believe the game was lost when they left their executioner basically to die. They needed to support Weapon Master there, and that executioner holding a very linchpin position in the middle of the map. I don't know what 5JDX's lights were doing. They had the caps at that point in time. They're losing trades on their assaults. You just have to make a play at that point. You can't be pushed out of everything. You have to pull back somewhere, or push back somewhere even, and they didn't. That light fight, they kind of took there on the ramps, which is on stream right now, should be because of the delay. That light fight they took on the ramps, I think, was fairly poor for 5JDX. I don't think the executioner was able to help much at all with that. And you don't want to be bleeding armor if you're controlling. You want to only bleed armor when you have to push.
Conserve. You have to conserve.
And bleeding armor when you're defending, as 5JDX was, I think, did not work in their favor.
Now, we're off the Tourmaline Desert, mate. What do you do?
Absolutely.
What happens now, right? So, do you go, aka the 228 push, as 5JDX? It's been proven to be pretty bloody good, right?
Tourmaline is a difficult map. The spawns have made pushing a lot harder just because there's so much more distance to ground. As we saw in the Loot match, Loot tried a laser vomit push, but was stalled back by GNX's range. They still made the match close, but not actually, because the big thing about Tourmaline, the thing that's always been a thing about Tourmaline, is caps. Tourmaline is an incredibly cap-centric map, and it's even the more so now that the spawns are actually way more spread out than they used to be. They used to be something more like here versus here, so you could have, CSJ pushes, Theta pushes, things like that. Much, much more difficult at this point in time. I think it's going to be similar to Kenyan, where you see teams taking power positions, as I'm starting to mark some on the map now, and basically playing for caps. In my opinion, it's extremely difficult to push off of Team 1.
Sorry, wrong color there. I'm just saying you can even deny Theta here from the D5 point, right? Very easily.
1? So JGX is Team 1 on Tourmaline. So in my opinion, Team 2 is theoretically the easier side to push on. Theoretically. That's a big theoretical on that one. So if we're going to see a push, it's going to be from 5JDX, not the other way around. But the big thing at this point these teams need to realize is, or at least 5JDX needs to realize, is you're playing into JGX's hand by inaction.
I'd agree with you though, right?
Action
Team
won
2
them
is
the
the better
match.
side.
Inaction lost them the HBG match. So going into this game 3 here, if you are 5JDX, you need action of some sort.
So say you're looking at the map straight, right? Say you're JDX. You put 2 guys, maybe 3 guys up here, and then 5JDX just come at you 228 style. You know what I mean? Like, you're in a bit of trouble here because
it's dangerous, because most
risky but
can
reward,
be easily
right?
Scouted. That's the biggest problem. There's so much distance and there's so much open sightlines, especially the way they've changed the spawns, that you need, or scouting is extremely easy. So I suspect we're going to see a heavy ranged game from both teams. That would be my suspicions here.
I mean, you say it's easy, but JGX had lost to this before. Do they change? Do they alter it, right? Like, are they going to be ready for it?
I mean, they've lost to it once before. They've already lost today to 5JGX.
DJX? JDX, sorry, JD.
I'm mixing up my words here. 5JDX. So
you got to be ready for it, right?
Absolutely.
You have to be ready for it now. You have to be. Like, there's no way you would sit back and think, hang on a minute, like, there is maybe a push coming here. We need to make sure we scout it. Or don't they? Did JGX learn from their loss? Or didn't they? Oh, I mean, we're going to find out pretty bloody soon because they're locked in and ready to go.
JGX are a highly experienced team. It's folly to assume they didn't learn and aren't prepared.
True.
JGX are the most experienced team playing the game right now by far. So I think it's folly to assume they didn't learn.
But can 5 JDX scrimming them every week, 15 practices a week. I know that's not actually true, but we'll call it 20 practices a week, right? Maybe they come out with another crazy strat and do it.
I think it's very difficult on this map. Again, Luke tried it. I was even in the match that Luke tried it. I think it's very, very, very difficult on this map. So I would be surprised if we saw something of that sort happening.
So the score is 1-1 here, guys. For everyone just tuning in, if you have not been watching, JGX versus 5 JDX. The first match was just a absolutely balls to the wall brawl rush on Canyon.
All right. And as we see
here we go, mix.
From JGX, Direwolf W, Hunchback 2CA, Flea 17, Firestarter A, Black Lantern, Phoenix Hawk 7S, Stalker 5S, Mad Cat, Deathstrike. Basically the same mechs they've been taking. I anticipate playing the same way. However, for 5 JDX, we have an Incubus 5, the capping Incubus, Black Lantern C, Gargoyle Prime, Firestarter K, Linebacker H, Phoenix Hawk 7S, Summoner M, and an Executioner D. The Gargoyle has SRMs and lasers on it. The linebacker appears to have lasers. I believe on Kenny they brought an SRM linebacker, and the summoner is SRMs, so they're going to be trying some sort of split push. Look at this. They have 4 mechs going to Sigma side for 5 JDX, including heavies, and they have 4 mechs going Gamma side.
I'm actually looking at the map here, right?
Very long-winded possible split push where they're going to cut all the way around to assault the strong trading positions that JGX is able to hold here. This might be very interesting. It'll take some time to play this out. And in the meantime, they're going to give up at least Theta. However, as 5JDX needs to cap Gamma, they're going to see the Incubus, or they actually don't know it's an Incubus, but they're going to see how fast it's capping Gamma, and they're going to suspect either multiple mechs or a capping mech.
So as I said earlier, right, where you ignored the Theta play, the ignore the Theta play, they're actually pulling it out. Like they're going to...
That's right.
Like, ignore the Theta can actually be really strong because now what do you do as JGX? You're down on caps again.
That's right. And 5GDX is about to have 3 caps. They're about to have 3 caps. And you see Kraus and Pesky and the Black Lantern pushing towards Gamma. They have 3 mechs there for 5JDX, including the Executioner is there. And it looks like the 3-man JGX Wolfpack coming to try and take back Gamma. But you have that Incubus. You have the Gargoyle. Any of the Firestarter, it's not the Executioner, it's the Gargoyle. The Gargoyle could change that fight dramatically if the lights don't get picked. This could be fairly bad for JGX if they take a bad,
with really good awareness there, mate. Polycat ran away at the absolute perfect time just to get right away there. That was really nice, really smooth. I like that. But JGX aren't doing anything.
If you're JGX here, you have to realize sooner rather than later you need to move up, possibly the more dangerous parts of the map, and it is on this life fight at Gamma.
Windscape is up on the rear torso.
Not quite. The Gargoyle there hiding. I don't think they've seen him yet.
Oh man, I'm on the edge of my seat here.
5JDX's lights are taking quite a bit of free damage.
They're trying to bait. No, they're baiting. They are hard baiting the JGX lights here.
They're trying to. However, JGX has a UAV, though. That might be part of it. And they're retreating. They may have seen the Gargoyle. It's entirely possible. Hard to see without seeing their cockpits, but they may have seen the Gargoyle.
Wow.
And you have Dargor in the Hunchback firing his larges all the way onto Gamma, so he's seeing stuff too. They have multiple eyes. However, again, JGX is still kind of holding, but 5JDX has 3 caps. And as I mentioned, caps are life on a map as big as Tourmaline Desert.
They've got to do something soonish, right? Once we get to 300 tickets, if something doesn't happen, JGX could be in quite a spot of bother. Now, GRAM is trading fairly, well, free, actually. Did JGX come backwards? I think they're coming backwards to go to Sigma.
That is probably their play. They need to gather up and strong push to take the map back, because as time ticks, 5JDX with their Incubus.
Oh, they're on. They're moving. They're on.
They're moving.
Yep. But what do
slowly.
you do about it?
They're moving slowly, but Data and the Direwolf still at the back of the map in Epsilon. The Direwolf has on the highest range of any mech in the game, so it can afford to stay there.
No, so look, Pasha and Lermgod are also moving up too. So they're all headed to Sigma, or at least being
But that's
aggressive
the thing, right?
forward.
Is it's 5-on-5. You see this 5-on-5 movement coming from JDX versus 5JDX, or 5
JDX, yeah, that's right.
And very confusing saying JX all day, but 5JDX has more DPS. They have more DPS and more armor.
They got brawlers ready to go here. Like, they're just ready. They are ready. They know this is coming.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
So I would reckon an head-up fight, as long
tickets,
as 5JDX doesn't lose tons of armor, then 5JDX should win. However, they have the Phoenix Hawk now capping Navin and the Phoenix Hawk.
No,
and
G-Ram
they
needs
have
to be
the
smart
Flea,
here.
Dario and the Flea. They are capping down Sigma, so they're going to flip the caps. However, we see this backhanded movement from 5JDX's lights coming off of Gamma. They might catch this Hunchback by surprise. It looks like he might know they're there. Yes, they know they're there. Data is turned. Yep, Data sees them. They're going to be taking heavy ER large fire at this point in time. Windscape immediately down to 70%. Temporary Axis 66%.
Windscape one shot torso.
Damage.
One shot torso.
Yes,
Windscape.
Temporary Axis 52%, and Temporary Axis goes down on the push side. I believe he got ganged by 5JDX's lights. That's not what you want to see. If you are 5JDX right now holding caps, you don't want to lose one of your biggest, tankiest lights.
Well,
Ultimate Ghost
are getting really aggro here
ambush.
now.
However, there's a Firestarter about to come behind Ultimate Ghost, and the Firestarter's
here.
here. Ultimate Ghost just got shot in the back.
He has no idea.
He's sitting there. Is he
disconnected?
He might be disconnected,
No,
and that's it.
Oh my god.
He's down.
Oh my god.
It looks like he was
He's
disconnected
done.
there, unfortunately.
Wow, holy shit. All of a sudden, 5JDX not in control of the game anymore.
Nah, it's going to go in favor at this point of JGX, as 5JDX is now down the Summoner and the Phoenix Hawk. The linebacker is about to go down 55%, 54% red. He's very nearly
He's
dead.
Just getting
burned
absolutely
to death. He's
farmed.
done. Executioner, G-Ram down. That's pretty much going to be all she wrote.
Yep, I mean, you see the two...
Polycat and the Firestarter 55%. I mean...
You've got Lermgod and Pasha that moved up here to support this push very nicely. Very nicely.
And in the back of the map, the oppressive ER larges from Data's Direwolf just completely stopped that flanking maneuver, and the strong awareness of that side of the map, Dargo and Data on that side of the map.
Look at the tickets though. Kiran is now sitting on Theta. Hang on a minute.
And the Black Lantern is getting 3v1'd here for 5JDX.
So Windscape is in all sorts of trouble here because he took so much damage on the approach early. Lost his torso. Oh, backshot, Polycat! Backshot! Yep. I think that was a backshot from Dagor.
Kirin Yagami and the Gargoyle trying to cap Theta, almost getting it, but then Data and Lermgod in their range mechs, they have him in a crossfire.
Yep.
Look at his health, 62%. Has he even done a single point of damage this game? I don't think he has. He hasn't had a chance to shoot his weapons, and that's it.
Gone.
He goes down.
He is
they
done.
weren't able to make use of a mecha slows the Gargoyle on a map as open as Tourmaline Desert. I'm pretty sure he was not able to shoot his weapons a single time this match.
We were talking about the Gargoyle, I think, last week, right? With the mounts and everything. It's a risk. It's a big risk.
600 points in 5JDX's favor, and they're about to have, well, they're about to be 4 capped.
And Windscape's
they have Incubus in the mega capping. Incubus,
I can't do it.
He's extremely slow.
5JDX cannot. Absolutely done. Yep, I'm going to call it right now. It's done. Yep. Wow. Oh. I think 5JGX is going to be a little rough after this, mate.
Losing Ultimate Ghost in that Summoner was a very big... I assume he disconnected because he was sitting still. Very unfortunate. That's a very big powerhouse brawling mech you want if you're 5JDX. You need that to stay alive and do its damage and tank.
3 shots in the butt from Ill also. He's done, right?
Disco. Temporary, or not, was it temporary? No, it was, I believe it was Temporary Axis, right? And the Phoenix Hawk who got picked.
Yep.
And that's very bad. You don't want picks like that if you're light packing, especially in your light pack. You don't want those picks. And him getting picked almost for free, as we see, JGX hasn't lost a single mech.
I just looked at Temporary Axis. He got torsoed. XL check torso. Or maybe it was from the rear. No, it was from the front, actually. Look at the mech.
He got ganged by, from what I can see, 3 of JGX's lights. He got caught out, and 5JDX... They had very spread positions around Sigma. So they weren't clustered perhaps as much as they should have been, like on Canyon. They were very clustered when they pushed. They're like, you have to death ball. That's kind of the way the game is played
I'm gonna skip
right
the
now, at
Windscape
least at
death
this
here,
level
right?
of competitive.
I'm going to skip the Windscape death just to move across the map. I'm actually very surprised where Axis died here, right? How do they not see that coming, you know?
8-0.
Like, really good play.
8-0 in
But
favor of JGX.
yeah, wow. JGX take the drop, but I'm still, how did Axis get picked? Like, that's a big pick right there. That was the game, I think, right there. Damage numbers. Oh, wow. Oh, what? You were right. You were right.
Yep. That was a hard brawl on Gargoyle, and Ultimate Ghost didn't get to fire his weapons. I mean, they took a brawl strat. They took a very unconventional control strat, but the Gargoyle was not able to play the game. He probably should have been on the other side of the map. I would have reckoned you stack your heavies around the Sigma side of the map, and you keep your lights around Gamma. They sent that Gargoyle over there. I mean, they knew what positions JGX roughly had. We see very even spread for damage on JGX. Obviously, very low with Ultimate Ghost and the Summoner disconnecting, and then the Gargoyle unable to fire his weapons. And Temporary Axis 75 damage picked in the Phoenix Hawk, unfortunately. It was looking very solid, but their 5JDX's positioning was just not quite there. Meanwhile, JGX, infamous for their light packing at this point in time, they played it tight, played it close, and got their picks, and that's all she wrote, really.
So I've got the map straight up here. Do you want to... This is a very different game, this Tourmaline match, to what probably most viewers would basically ever see. Truly. Like, I think it's completely different. You were never going to see Tourmaline play this way on the common map, right?
So JGX took very standard trading positions at the beginning of the match. Yeah, their Direwolf up here, very strong position. They had their Hunchback up here. Again, both very strong positions.
Yep.
They had two somewhere like this, two other traders. So that was their kind of general spread of traders, and they did the 3 lights they had. Well, 5JDX, they sent their Gargoyle and their 2 lights up to Gamma. As we see, they tried to take a fight with JGX's lights. JGX either saw the Gargoyle or realized it was a trap, one or the other, and they didn't take that fight.
Very smart, though, to back out, right?
Not playing
very
the Gargoyle.
smart.
Absolutely. Yeah. That shows
Huge.
the awareness skill of the teams at the highest level of this game. They could just see that. Even if they didn't see the Gargoyle, they knew something was amiss.
That's the shit that matters, right? It's that sixth sense.
If they saw it or not. They might have honestly seen it with a UAV. Again, hard for me to tell. 5JDX never shot that UAV down, so
write that down, mate. Ask him as a question at the end. We'll ask him.
If they skill them. So it is possible that UAV right there that I pointed out saw the Gargoyle, and then they sent they did a heavy light split to Sigma and Gamma, kind of just spreading mechs around the caps, kind of something a little bit like this.
I was just waiting, right? The ambush again. The ambush strat.
Yes,
it didn't work.
They wanted to ambush.
But they were ready at Sigma.
I firmly, strongly believe that the Gargoyle needed to be Sigma side, and they needed to have another light Gamma side. After JGX started moving up on the map, wrong color here. Something.
Go with purple or pink.
Colors, right?
That'll do. Yeah.
Just easier to see if we've got the right color going on here. Something like this, they made their movement.
Yeah, they were quick too.
A bit split like that. And at the same time, 5JDX did something like this. But the problem is they had Dargor in the Hunchback at C5 in the blue circle, roughly speaking. And then they had Data on Epsilon side. And from those 2 positions, you can see all the way to Gamma. So, like, if they just glanced their head over there, they can see those mechs making that run, and that is what happened, as we saw. And the push didn't...
You can basically see that, right? All of it. No problem.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, right. We're on the Polo, mate. We better, sorry, not to cut you short, but these guys are already half locked in already. Let's go to Polo.
We've pretty much seen all we need to see for Tourmaline Desert. We know what played. We know what happened.
The Axis pick, I think, was the big one there for JGX to secure that win.
And of course, again, that Summoner, the Gargoyle, I mean, like, what's the Gargoyle going to do? He can't run in the open against JGX's range. I think that Gargoyle needed to be on the other side of the map. and Ultimate Ghost disconnecting. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, discoed,
We sometimes rarely see that. And
it's unfortunate, right? Like, it happens and it just sucks. And, what do you do, right? It is.
Getting picked. So this is JGX is now up 2-1. This could be the decider match. If JGX wins this match, they win it all this year. Polar.
What an interesting turnaround, though, right? So we've had
Absolutely.
5 JDX taking out the first drop, just going balls to the wall. And I would say they'd have to throw JGX off after that drop. But the JGX have pulled it back.
However, 5 JDX has tried an aggressive, sort of unconventional strats every single drop. JGX is just playing it cool, just playing it calm. I mean, that's what you have to do.
I think that last match on Tourmaline could have almost been pulled off.
I mean, if 5 JDX tries this again, I mean, they've done it 3 times now, basically.
Yep.
They're going on a 4th time here.
I think it was just unfortunate Tourmaline. It just slight adjustment could have, I think, maybe pulled off another upset. Honestly, I think it could definitely have been done with some minor changes there.
Yes, and these teams are locking up here in this lobby. We're very quick. We spent a lot of time in Tourmaline. We're going to go.
We don't even get the map straight this one, but we're off and running, right? Doesn't matter. We're in. So JGX are 2 points to 1 of the 5 JDX team. So 2 drops in their favor right now. They can kind of maybe sit back a little bit, play it a bit cool.
Mm-hmm. And they're up 2 matches at this point. So 2-1. So they don't have to play this super crazy.
No.
It's actually 5 JDX who now has to play it crazy. However, these teams played 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, and this is one of the maps they played on, and they both did sort of aggressive, more pushy decks with large pulses from JGX and sort of medium pulse UX, large pulse laser vomit, roughly that type of composition from 5 JDX. So
it's the old push off theta.
They might even just do it again, to be honest. They actually might just do this again. Going into this match here, JGX has the Phoenix Hawk 7S, the Black Lantern, the Direwolf W, the Viper C, the Free 17, Firestarter 9A, Mad Cat Deathstrike, and Executioner A, all the same mechs they have brought before. Literally, I believe, exactly the same mechs they brought on Tourmaline. No, they didn't have the Hunchback. Or they don't have the Hunchback now, they did on Tourmaline. So basically the same mechs they've been bringing. Wow.
Oh my god.
5JDX has the Executioner D, the Warhammer 2C2, which is LRMs, the Black Lantern Prime, the Hellfire B, the Gargoyle Prime, the Phoenix Hawk 7S, the Arctic Cheetah. They have a the Arctic Cheetah probably is a narc. That's why you would take that, because it gets that missile point and it gets all those laser slots. It probably has the narc plus the lasers to narc for Ultimate Ghost in the Warhammer 2C2.
Wow.
They have a very sort of aggressive, hard-pushing deck with the Lerms to try and farm JGX, but JGX, they're playing it cool. They're taking the same mechs they usually do, probably very similar strat to what they usually do as well.
Look at where 5 JDX are headed, mate. Look where they're going.
Yes.
Look where they're going.
They're going the same route that I believe was Oops took.
Kino Warriors.
Kino.
Yep.
Yes, Kino.
And there's streaks on the Hellfire, by the way. Streaks on the Hellfire.
Streaks on the Hellfire, yes. So they're looking interesting, though. You would take the clan streaks and not the Intersphere streaks to show the much better DPS. That may be a decision that costs them. However, the Hellfires are much faster, so that might be why they did it. You see, it's keeping up with the Black Lantern, so that might be why they actually took that Hellfire, because it's so fast.
They are completely out of sight.
However,
JGX have not been seen. They haven't been seen.
JGX gets Theta. JGX gets Theta for free, but we see 5 JDX with that early 3 cap. That's been a hallmark of their strategies here. They got their early 3 cap on HPG, excuse me, the early 3 cap on Tourmaline, and now an early 3 cap here.
JGX is splitting. They are splitting everywhere right now. They are like, what is going on? Something's up. There's some tomfoolery. Right. There is some tomfoolery in this drop. Oh, no. They're all going to Gamma. Oh, this is not good, actually.
And if 5 JDX realizes this, they could rotate around to Epsilon.
Yep.
No, they are. They realize they're already rotating that Hellfire, that Firestarter, and the Black Lantern around to Epsilon. They probably realize at this point in time.
So I'm looking at JGX's heavies here. Sorry, assaults. Lermgod and Data. They're already on the way. They're moving. They seem to know what's up here. They seem to know what's up. They're already moving. They are not mucking around. They're not sitting still. They are already moving positions.
Kind of like like a very wide rotation, actually. Kind of like what you see playing solo queue.
But backwards, which we call commonly the Australian toilet. Hang on, mate. The assaults for 5 JDX are sitting here on Kappa. They haven't moved. All 3 of them are just sitting here. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening now. I'm going over to Sigma, but Axis is running away. Is this just going to be a crazy cap strat or something? I am not sure what's happening. Dario being very careful. Dario, super careful.
They're waiting for JGX to play into 5JDX's hands. Them being 5JDX here, because they have the Lerm bow. They basically, any engagement they take needs to be within range of that Lerm Warhammer, or it's entirely pointless to even have that mech. So there really isn't any engagement they can take. However,
Axis Dario,
there's a
Axis
bit of a
on Sigma
here on Sigma. The Flea versus the Phoenix Hawk. That should be an easy win for the Phoenix Hawk if he commits. However, the Black Lantern, Krausen Pesky and the Black Lantern is coming back to Sigma, so it might be a 2v1, and then the Data in the, I believe that's the Data in the Tower of, no, that's the Executioner, Pasha and the Executioner, shooting down onto Sigma, so they know.
We've seen this from the Luke game, where they overextend.
This is not good for Temporary Axis. If you're Temporary Axis, you need to run fast and run now.
Oh no!
No, he's staying.
No,
he might be picked here by the 2 versus 1. But lasers onto Krausen Pesky's Black Lantern. They know it's coming. And Zia's in the Arctic Cheetah is coming back to Temporary Axis. Temporary Axis has to survive. He needs to live. Looks like he's living for now. And the gargoyles. The gargoyles here.
Oh my god. What? This is make or break, I think, right here. This could be it.
JGX sees it. JGX seen it. JGX seen it, and they're retreating at this point.
Jeez, these guys are good, mate. They are well oiled. Look at this.
Into 5JGX's hands still.
Look at this, mate. They are straight away. They know that they're going to get outnumbered, and they are out. They are you know what? We're not going to commit here.
JGX still hanging around. Their Firestarter now is back, so that's 3 in favor of JGX. However, the Hellfire is scouted. Hellfire coming back. He's scouted coming back to Sigma by Pasha, and we actually see that. Look at JGX's trade mechs. They're all basically on the big high ground spot on this map.
Yep.
They're all together. They basically see most of the map. They're shooting all the way across. They see the Executioner. They see the Firestarter, the Black Lantern. They may have not seen the Warhammer, but they will if it crosses. They can see almost everything from that angle. And their mechs, they make sure they have more range. Again, that Direwolf, basically, I believe that Direwolf is the most range of any mech in the game at the moment.
So look what happened at Epsilon, right? So at Epsilon
However,
if you are
5JDX, if you are 5JDX, you're up 3 caps and at 440 points, and JGX is kind of clustered with their assault still in 1 position, hoping to get free damage, but time's ticking.
They're coming, dude. 5 of them are coming. They're on the way.
They're coming, but JGX's trade mechs are out of range.
They can't do anything, mate.
Even if they have 1,000 meters optimal, they're still out of range on a map as big as Polar Highlands.
This is tickle business. They're not doing anything.
We may see a fight here. Ultimate Ghost in his Lord Warhammer in the back. He's catching up. The fight is probably a little out of his range.
Oh, here it comes. Closer. It's coming, mate. It's on.
He's running the narc. Zias needs to land some strong narcs here. And
if he lands one narc, this is a big problem.
However, at this point in time, 5JDX is down quite a lot of percent. Polycat and Temporary Axis are down to 70% each, while JGX is still keeping a lot of their health.
But
5JDX has an Executioner here in the fight. Yeah, Polycat's getting
but Hellfire with streaks. Streaks have arrived.
That's right. But
is it going to be enough?
Polycat is just down a lot, so they're like almost down a mech at this point in time. The Hellfire might get focused very fast as well.
You know what? JDX are out. They're out, mate. They're out.
And look at the caps, though. Look at the caps. 575 points and still 2 cap. And still JGX's traders are just
they're on Kraz. They legged him. They legged him straight away. Instantly. Kraz got Pesky down. He's done. He's dead. And also Becklaw here. Becklaw in trouble. Becklaw in big trouble.
And the Lerm Warhammer is in the fight. He's in the fight. They have the streaks.
He legged him. He's got him.
Legged.
Oh my god. No way.
2-1 with 2 caps. Getting the 3rd cap. 600 points.
Oh my god. And they're capping Theta too. They're also capping Theta. Holy shit.
JGX's assaults are still just camping. They can't do that. 625 points and a 3 cap. You can't just camp all game. You have to move. However,
Oh my
Kirin
God.
Yagami in the Gargo does go down.
It doesn't
on
matter, mate.
Sigma.
It doesn't matter
On
at this
Sigma,
point. I don't
yeah,
think
the
it matters.
Gargoyle defended Sigma very hard.
I mean, Epsi's done. I mean, yes, okay, JGX have Theta, Gamma, and Sigma right now, but
Their Direwolf and their Mad Cat are still camping on
dude,
Gamma,
Dario!
though.
Dario's legged. I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
Dario's-
Oh my God. Oh,
Yep. The Gargoyle
Oh.
traded out.
he's done.
That's
Oh
it.
no, he's done. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. What is going on? Axis Navid? Axis Navid? Oh, no.
Temporary
Navid
does go
wins.
down. Not good. Polycat almost going to go down. At this point, even with a 2 cap, 5JDX caps out at this rate. So JGX has to play for another cap at this point in time.
Ultimate Ghost getting accosted by Navid, but he gets legged. Navid's legged. Navid just lost his leg to something.
That's huge. And the Firestarter
my God.
of Gojiol is making a play for Kappa. He's just running to Kappa. They have to. 715 points in favor of 5JDX. JGX doesn't have much time. 720.
Zeos
and
coming in the back.
Gamma.
Back cap Zeos. The turrets for JGX don't even realize. Oh my
720.
God. They're turning around now. It's too late.
The points tick.
It's too late.
It's too late. The game is won by 5JDX. And this series is tied 2-2. And we will be moving to the decider.
There is no way I would have said this would happen. Oh my God. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Holy shit.
JGX lost it on their turrets, though. They didn't move. Why didn't their turrets move? You have to move.
Shit.
They had to have realized 5JDX was playing caps. You have to move with those turrets, man. They didn't move. I mean, Data and the Direwolf only got 106 damage. Look at the Mad Cat. I mean, just look at the damage. 5JDX, clearly, look at the caps. Just look at the caps they did. It doesn't matter. He has 35 damage. Temporary is 93. Go Polycat 53. It's irrelevant. They played for the objective and they won the objective. Look at the capture time.
They did the job.
1 minute.
They did the
Polycat,
job.
110 capture time. JGX way less than that.
Oh my God.
And that's
dude.
it.
What the hell did we just see?
Incredible.
What did we just see? It is a
just
tie.
like that. 2-2. We are going to the decider.
The final map. It actually is going to the end. There is no way, if you told me this morning that this was going to go to a 5-match series, I wouldn't
have said that either.
No way.
I expected like 1 drop. Absolutely.
1, yep. But 2?
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Again, like I said earlier in the day, earlier in the cast, 5JDX is here and they're here to play. They're here to play and they're here to win.
Map strat is up, mate. But it's just polar very quickly and then we'll go to mining because I think mining is going to be very important here. Very, very important.
Mining is... It's a very trade dominant map, Mining Collective. So this will play in JGX's favor, undoubtedly. 5JDX has to realize this.
Well, I mean...
I'm out of breath. That was incredible.
I mean, do they or not?
As an incredible hold from 5JDX. And
from what we've seen.
I didn't even see the damage on the Lurm Warhammer, but I think the Lurm Warhammer contributed massively to the whole hold because it's basically 1,000-meter cover ignoring Spear of Influence all around.
No, you know what the Warhammer did? What it is. Leg the mechs, mate. Leg the mechs. Yes. That's what it was.
What it does.
Yep. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Right, quickly polar map strat, and then we'll go to mining, because it's very important, I think, to go the map strat for the last map. This is huge.
I mean, shit, man. Like, they basically had 2 mechs. Oh, I'm like out of fucking breath. Shit. They had, like, 2 mechs headed to Kappa. I mean, shit,
Gamma.
you can draw
3 mechs at Gamma.
Too.
Mate, 3 mechs at Gamma.
Kind of a wide rotation like this. A bit counter NASCAR. 5JDX got the Gamma cap early. They basically had the turrets fucking holding like G9, H9, kind of like that. Somewhere in that area. I think roughly on my mark, they had the range mechs holding.
No, on high, Gamma. That one on Gamma Hill. High. The high.
Okay.
Yeah. All game. That's just fucking insane, mate. Absolutely insane. Oh. You know what? Let's go to mining. Let's just go straight to mining.
I think let's go to mining.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's
Let's go
just
to
a
mining.
crazy game. People can watch the VOD tomorrow
might be,
or whatever. That's nuts.
Not even the Kenya match. I think that game right there is the most insane game I've seen all year.
Absolutely.
And we said that about the Kenya game as far as pushing, the best push we've seen all year. But this game, I think, is the craziest, most insane game we've seen the whole year. And I think JGX's folly was camping their range mechs, just camping them. They didn't move up. Yep. They didn't try and get any closer. Like, it doesn't matter if you're in the most range mech direwolf in the game with 1,100 meters optimal. It's irrelevant because the map is bigger than 1,100 meters. The fight took place when they couldn't
2.5, 3,000 meters.
And we've seen the damage. Data only got 156 damage over the whole match. You don't want to see that from your assaults.
Look, Axis said to me last night, or yesterday, sorry, 2 days ago, we're going to put on a show. And you know what? 5 JDX here
they put on a show.
Absolutely bloody delivered.
They've shown that they're here to win.
Yeah, they are. They're here. They are here. They are ready. I'm thankful that I sent him home early the other night, so I can't be blamed for, him being tired or some bloody nonsense. So that's good. But good Lord, what a series we've seen, mate. There is no way anyone, not saying that 5 JDX aren't good.
What they've proven to me,
this is nuts.
And what they've proven to me, and what they should have proven to all haters, all the people who say, "Oh, they're just JGX Team 2. Oh, they're just a clone." They're here to play. They're their own team.
They're here to win, mate. They are here to win.
To win.
To dominate, and they are dominating tonight. This is a complete upset. Absolutely. What do we see on mining, mate?
I think it's hard to say dominating, but they've held more than their own here. More than their own. JGX they're in danger of losing the championship.
They are. Holy shit, right? What do we see? Draw on the map. How do you do mining now? Like,
how do you do mining? Well, let's see. So basically you have, if you're team 2, I have it in the trading positions because mining is an extremely trade dominant map. And the interesting thing bad thing about team 2, however, 5GDX has team 2. It is interesting that JGX let them have that. And the reason is team 2 is much stronger in mining. And the reason is you can see directly into Theta. You can see this into Theta. You can't see into this side. You can into this side.
Yep.
So if 5JDX plays into that, they can basically hold Theta for free if they have an ER larger, say right here, or something on the back of the wall. We've even seen teams do that. Even mechs over here, Theta can be shot into from all sorts of angles. It's very difficult to hold if you're team 1. So we might actually see some aggression from some very hard aggression from JGX just because they're on that back foot as far as caps go.
I'm just drawing some purple there where we've seen 5 JDX move their mechs mid to late game over the course, right? And then they've moved them over here. So they've got a plan too. They know this map. They've won on it before.
I anticipate if you are JGX, we need to see more aggression.
Yep.
We need to see less turreting, and we need to see more aggression. They're a team that's clearly capable of it.
They've got the aim.
As we've interesting thing we've seen in these drops that I didn't expect from JGX. The interesting thing is they've been playing really slow. JGX is normally quite a fast-moving team with their lights, but they have 4 traders. In almost every match, they have 4 traders. So they're slow-rolling every game. This is kind of untraditional JGX, whereas in past comps, in past seasons, in past years, they have the 4-man light pack, even the 5-man light pack sometimes. So they're slow rolling it this year in this tournament, in this match, in this series, and it's costing them.
I think it's hurting them. Yeah, it's hurting them a little bit being not as agile to react quick enough.
That's right.
But on mining though, right? It's a little different. It's not a big map. Oh, mate, they're ready. They're locked in. Let's launch it for the game number 5. Oh, man. Holy shit. Wow. I'm ready. I hope the chat is ready because I think this is going to go down to the wire as well. Because like you said, 5 JDX have a good side here. They have a really good controlling side. Are you worried as JGX now? What do you think? You think, hang on a minute. It's 2-2, right? Oh, wow. We've got to be careful here now.
I think JGX is a team that normally plays with extreme confidence, as they should. They're the top in this game. So they're a team that plays with extreme confidence, and they need to use some of that confidence. On Polar, they were scared. That's why they kept their turrets in the back. They need to move those turrets. They were scared with them. They were scared. They realized they had to learn Warhammer and the other stuff. they were scared. And in this match, as we drop in, we see JGX with the Phoenix Hawk 2, the Firestarter A, the Misslings Prime, the Direwolf S, the Vulcan 5T, the Executioner, the Mad Cat 1, and the Hunchback 2CA. They have that Vulcan, though. That Vulcan. And they have that Hunchback. They might have really strong angles. And this match, meanwhile, 5JDX has the Direwolf C, the Misslings G, the Phoenix Hawk S, 7S, the Viper C, the Mad Cat 1, the Firestarter 9A, the Veagle 1, and the Supernova 1. The Supernova, an amazing pick. Just take my word for it. The Supernova's amazing, borderline overpowered. And so they have the Direwolf, they have the Supernova, they have the Mad Cat, 5G, and the Veagle. Pop-Tarts are traditionally very strong on this map. That's the thing. JGX doesn't have a Pop-Tart. The Hunchback is ER largest. I actually favor 5JDX's deck going into this because I think their mechs are just stronger. The Supernova is just stronger. The Veagle is just stronger. That's
Vulcan's
right.
already added damage to CT, man.
That's
and it's
right.
orange. It's orange CT already on Kraz. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's big.
5JDX is very, very, very heavy trade this match, and I like to see it. Again, the Veagle. The Veagle is such a strong pick. I don't know why JGX omitted the Pop-Tart entirely. The Veagle, the Summoner, the Blackjack. Traditionally, all extremely strong mechs on this map that they've chosen to omit, but 5JDX didn't omit. They have that, and the Pop-Tarting is X and pressure because, as we know, a lot of the heavy traders in this tournament have been ER larges, almost all of them. And you know what counters ER larges? PPCs.
Yep.
So I expect to see great work from Botson in this Veagle here.
The only thing issue already is
and 5JDX,
Ultimate Ghost,
by the way, up to that 3 cap.
Ultimate Ghost lost an arm already. Ultimate Ghost is arm down already.
I think that's a
It's a dead arm. It's a dead arm.
I'm pretty sure that's a dead arm. But he is taking a lot of damage. That is true. He's taking a lot of damage.
Oh,
but
dude, look
I
at
mean,
Theta.
But 5G, yes.
Oh.
Isn't really much happening on Theta though. They're kind of they're moving off of Theta now. They can't win Theta. They can't win Theta.
And you know the thing is, I actually think that Ultimate Ghost is not going to win here.
Right, but they're getting out traded.
Yep.
Kieran Yagami, the Supernova down to 81.
Bonson 80.
And the Mad Cat
Bonson
88.
Straight away.
Direwolf 73. Yeah, the Bonson's down to 80. They're straight up just getting out traded. They have the better mechs for trading, but they're getting out traded. You don't want to see this if you're 5JDX putting all your eggs in that trading basket.
You need to back off. You got the caps. Back off. Again.
Percents are very heavily in favor of JDX right now. It's a little bit confusing to see this out trading happen. It's almost as if they're peeking like bad angles and just getting crossfire, 3 versus 1 type stuff, not really communicating. It's a little confusing because again, your mechs are so much better.
Oh, there's a fight on. There's a fight on here. The Jaguar.
Yes.
Jaguar is on. They're on him. But oh shit. They're in and they're out.
It was a skirmish. They're in and they're out. It's not something they can commit to. But just look at the percents though. 5JDX is on caps, but 76, 73, 84, 74, 81, 70. Meanwhile, JGX, 94, 99, 96, 95,
Bonson
97.
is CT. One touch with red armor there. One more good shot and he's open and he's very, very hurt. This is big. This is actually pretty big. JGX are trading very well this game. They are very, very strong.
JGX are at this point. Basically, that's what they're really good at. They're really good at light packing. They're really good at trading. That's their specialties. So we would expect to see it.
Oh, there's a move on the right here. There's a move on the right. Slowly. 5 mechs, 6 mechs.
There's a bit of a fight happening. A bit of a wolf packing here from JGX. They have 5, 6 mechs
Zeo's in trouble. Oh, Zeo's. Oh my God! Nearly one shot in the back. Nearly got one shot. Oh no, this is bad.
Not good. And the Misslings needs to bail out. Oh, the Misslings just took a bunch of damage too. The percents are just so they need to slow roll. 5GDX needs to slow roll. They have the stock in the traders. They have the 3
They need to back
caps.
off.
They need
just
to
back
slow
off.
roll.
Yeah, just back off. That's it.
But it's kind of almost at a point of no return unless they're able to make something happen.
I think they've lost too much armor, mate. I think they've lost too much armor.
It's back to the HBG match where I mentioned it's very important to not just take free damage.
Bonson CT crit. Windscape is on. Windscape is on. He's getting chased.
Zia is taking a bunch more damage on a 50%.
Oh, more buttocks.
It's looking very bad in JGX. Because JGX is so ahead in armor, they're able to move up to Epsilon, and they're taking Epsilon at this point in time. So they're going to be on the 3 cap now, and they're ahead so much in armor. They have those trades in such good positions.
And you know what? This game, mate, JGX are moving up this time. They're moving up this time. Their bigs are moving up. Their heavy
But
assault
again,
mechs
they
are
have so much
moving up.
armor. Data and the direwolf still at 89%.
Oh,
They're
Zeus
starting
is
to take
gone.
some damage now, but
Zeus is gone. He's one touch. Zeus one touch. Anywhere from these guys, they're going to kill him straight away. There's no way he lives another one. Wow. JGX, look at the map. Look at their map positioning. Extremely strong here.
JGX managed to decap Theta too.
Yep. I think 5 JDX just bled too much armor in this match.
They lost their trades.
Yep, they did.
And as I mentioned, mining is a trade-dominant map. It's a very trade-dominant map. And it's a bit surprising to see. Because 5JDX took the better, in my opinion, they had the better deck and the better traders.
I agree.
They didn't take advantage of it.
They're just taking too much damage though.
Yep.
And you know what? JDX playing it's fucking super smart here. They're backing off. They don't need to be aggressive and lose any more armor. So smart. Look at their percentages.
5JDX
They're pushing.
Like
They're on.
6 max here. But they're being aggressive too early. The Mad Cat can't shoot. They have a Mad Cat. G-Ram and the Mad Cat coming to help. But
not in position.
They're kind of just taking
CT.
damage. They're kind of just taking damage at this point. It's not good. And here G-Ram comes in the Mad Cat to help. But you see on the right side, the Vulcan for JGX is going to take Sigma. I don't know what the Direwolf is going to do about it. Jaguar does go down. That's the first kill of the match in favor. But then Bonson goes down. Then Navid goes down. That's really good. 2 first picks.
The mislinks
in favor of 5JDX. But then Krasnopesky like one-shots the Direwolf for something in the back. Very bad. I don't even think he realized he was coming.
Oh,
That's
Windscape
terrible.
legged. Oh, no, he's down.
Windscape was ahead of his team, unfortunately. He gets taken out. Or Pasha the Executioner down to 47, 37, 35. He's almost down. Data and the Direwolf very hurt.
They can't do anything.
Also pretty hurt. No, the Viper's diving. The Viper's swan diving. Oh no, but Zeus goes down, but he was basically one shot, so it was kind of a gambit. But G-Ram in the Mad Cat is pushing, but then the Firestar's getting gossed from the Mad Cat. The Mad Cat's getting
too much armor.
Back.
Oh no.
I don't know why Kieran Yagami here is he's afraid to peek.
Oh no! No! Bonson goes down.
That's why he's afraid to peek. He's looking at the Mad Cat, then he goes down from the Direwolf, and unfortunately, a couple clean picks and a lot of good aggression from 5JDX, but they bled too much armor early. It's the same story as HPG, and even Tourmaline to an extent. They bled too much armor as they're making all their moves. If they wanted to make this move, it had to be made earlier, unfortunately. And I mean, the caps are very close, but JGX is 3 cap and 4 mechs ahead. It's not looking too good.
It's not
for
good.
5JDX.
It's just not possible. I don't think it's possible at this point. JGX are up on caps as well. We've got Polycat here is almost torso. Oh no, the machine guns.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's just temporary axis.
Yeah. But good, mate. You know what? Good lord, absolutely amazing. 5 JDX putting up a show here.
Machine spirits.
Absolutely amazing. JGX take out the series. They take out. They take out the world champs. JGX have done it in 2021. Absolute congratulations to them. Let's go through some damage numbers very quickly here.
G-Ram and the Mad Cat, 710 damage, pulling his weight. Kieran did pretty good in the Supernova 1, but we see JGX's numbers are just higher. Pasha the Executioner, 516. Lermgod, 680. Data, 588. Meanwhile, Ultimate Ghost in the Dire, 180. That's not what you want to see from your biggest, strongest, baddest trading mech. Only 180 damage.
Completely suppressed.
That might be a big part of why 5JDX lost, actually, because that Direwolf was not able to impact the game whatsoever.
Completely suppressed.
And the Veagle, Bonson and the Veagle, only 288. Again, on Mining Collective is a trade-dominant map, and if they're taking your larges, PPCs are what you used to beat that. So Bonson should have needed like twice as much damage, if not more, and he didn't get it. He wasn't able to. He was somehow out-traded by the ER larges. Very unfortunate. You need that Veagle to do more work, especially in that composition. And
he was CT'd middle of the match, you know, and that hurts, right? When you got to be really careful after that. That's a problem, you know. A map straight up, mate. What you know? Draw what happened there, because that's a little different to what we kind of thought was going to happen.
No, not really. I don't think it was really much different at all from what happened. I think the strong trading positions were taken, and I really think 5JDX lost their trades. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I don't even have to think, but I know that they lost their trades. And because they bled so much armor on their trades, that allowed JGX to move up on the map and suppress them even further.
just corner them, really. That's what ended up happening. Just being pushed into the back corner of the map, which happened earlier in the night as well.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, you're seeing that. The Vapor Eagle, the Dire Wolf, they didn't get their damage out. You need those two mechs. Those two were the biggest traders in that match. And they didn't get their damage out.
JDX,
And I mean,
JGX had that last map
unfortunate.
on lock, man. They knew the
Yep,
positions.
and that's
and
Mining
they did it.
Collective. That
Yep.
is Mining Collective. I marked all the positions they were in, and those are the positions they were in. I played this game long enough to know, especially Mining Collective, is just, it's a very trade-dominant map. You need to win your trades. And
Yep.
if you don't, then we see the result.
That's it. You bleed armor too early. And
It was interesting, too, because 5JDX did make a strong movement here on the left side towards the end of the game, but at that point, they were just down probably hundreds of percents of armor overall, 100, maybe 200% armor collectively among their team. They were down that from JGX.
I'd say a couple of hundred. Yep. I would agree with that. Yeah,
100, 200, something like that. And I mean, when you're just down that much armor, it's really difficult. So those early trades, that early damage they took, it just doesn't work. And as we see, it didn't work. It was close. They evened the game out so much when they pushed. They needed to do it earlier. They need to be cognizant as a team and, okay, we're losing trades. How do we turn this into a win if they're taking the map? You do that by pushing. And they tried, but it was too late, unfortunately, for them.
When you lose the armor, you know what I mean? That's what happens. You can't make a play. That's half the issue. Just to remind guys in the chat, at the end of the stream, there is a special code that is only available when you watch the end of the stream. We're going to drag the guys down here for a quick chat. Bowser, you better have those questions ready, mate. G'day, guys. Absolutely amazing series.
Excellent
Holy
series.
shit. What was that? Congratulations, guys. That was absolutely amazing.
You guys did far better than I think almost anybody expected you to guys do. And that's, I mean, from my perspective here on the caster's bench, that's incredible.
Insane.
So very well done to you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Like, we definitely gave our best to prepare and do what we could to beat JGX. We had to play and strat a lot different than normal. So
yeah,
we could tell. We could see it. We could see it.
That's how you beat the convention, though, right? That's how you do it. You guys know how JGX plays. You play them all the time. They play all the time. They play very similar. They have for a long time. That's how you beat it, is unconventional.
Hey, these guys practicing 20 times a week, so of course.
Yeah, so some stuff worked, some stuff didn't. And yeah, the last game was our standard stuff, and we just couldn't pull it out. But you know, it was a good shot. And it was a fun match.
Yeah,
you guys had the better deck last game. I think it was a little bit surprising to see. I think you guys had the better deck and the better mechs, and you were on the better side of the map. Unfortunately, you lost a lot of armor early. And
yeah, they're just the better team. You know, and that's why we wanted to avoid playing standard against them in the first place. But
absolutely. I mean,
if there was a time to do it, it was mining team too.
If you're coming in as the underdog, that's how you do it. You mix it up, you play unconventionally, and I mean, you guys did a really good job of that throughout most of the tournament. So
I want to know, Polar, where did Polar come from? Where did that strat get brought up from? Right?
Someone went, let's do a cap strat on Polar as well, and then I don't know who it was, but someone just said, how about we put a Limb mech in there?
Yeah, that was
it worked.
We talked about it as a team.
Worked.
Yeah, the Lerms it was a fun thing because you know, you have very limited options as far as big assaults that move fast enough to stay with the pack and help out. Lerms kind of give you that option because you don't have to be in line of sight. So
it's like a 1,000-meter bubble around a lot of the map because Polar is a map that doesn't have tons and tons of cover.
Yeah,
so
and the goal was to kill the lights anyways, which Lerms are better at.
Yep, Lerms are really good at that.
It's a max engine speed tweaked Warhammer 2C, so it goes 82.5. Yes, speed tweaked.
No way.
Absolutely.
That's the reason I could rotate so fast.
It needs to keep up. I can see it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It needs to rotate back and forth.
And that's why you would take something like a Warhammer over a Fafnir or a Meme Baby or something like that.
Or an Awesome,
kph, right? Because the Warhammer can go 80 kph with LRM 95 or whatever.
Yeah.
LRM 80.
LRM 80 it was.
Yeah, LRM 80 easily go 80 kph, even faster.
Welcome, Kraz. Congratulations, mate, on taking out the win there with your team.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
You guys a bit sweaty at the moment, or what?
No, I think it went well down. Some good wins from Dragoons there.
Very good. Very interesting matches going to
So-
5 sets. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So on Kenyon, if you watch from the caster's perspective, if you watch the VOD later, it seemed like JGX was kind of very slow. They were playing it very traditional. What did you expect from 5JDX on Kenyon Network? Because it seemed like you guys were very much caught off guard by that push. Was that true?
Well, yeah, functionally we were caught off guard, but I expected them to either push or lerm or do a push and lerms.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Okay.
but obviously the guys who were meant to scout it didn't scout it right, and then a couple
Yeah,
of guys
that-
got caught out. And then once you get caught out like that, especially
Exactly,
with,
it's just
you know, for example,
snowballing.
the high DPS mislinks,
Right.
when that died as the first mech, then that's like it's pretty hard to win from that point.
And that's one of the mechs that you need the most actually to like
Yeah.
counter a sort of push like that. Because all
Exactly.
of 5JDX's mechs, they didn't have a single trader. All were high DPS, high armor, high speed, and it's like you need some of that DPS, which obviously losing the mislinks is very bad for.
I actually thought
5JDX, what
Kraz was
was-
going to get some back shots, but he got 1, but not 2. And I was like, oh, that would have changed that actual push from 5JDX. But on the 5JDX side, who came up with that strat?
That was like
I think
most
it
of the
was
strats
Taro.
that came as a team. Like yeah,
Yeah,
like,
but
everybody kind
the
of
push call was Taro.
yeah,
straight
and then
up.
we like
Taro?
Taro call wanted to do it. Yeah, Tarragado, and then we
Tarragado. No way.
kind of
Yes.
like
Wow,
refine
okay.
things, like what mechs and stuff as it like we work together and figure out what would be best.
It wasn't
yeah,
even
no.
there for the stratting of Canyon. I just got here today and was told I had to play as Storm Summoner.
So the old
Yep.
run what you brung. I like that. Can pay respect. That's good.
So on HPG, it seemed like, you know, JGX kind of did their more traditional 4 traders on the wall control strat, and it seemed like they were anticipating a push. Am I correct in that statement?
Yeah, well, I mean the mechs. We had 2 of our traders were easily able to go underneath as well. And I put them up on the wall, yes, in case they were going to push. But then it's just a strong position anyway at the start, as long as you don't let the caps go too far with Theta.
Right.
Yeah, so
and
we were expecting it, but not. We also, whenever we expect something, we say, well, they could do this, but blah blah blah. The first thing we always do, or we always meant to do, which didn't happen well enough on Canyon, is we're meant to scout to see what actually they are doing.
right.
So you
Very
sort of bring a
Yeah.
deck that can expect anything, and then you figure
Yes.
out exactly what they're doing as fast as possible, even before you get the caps, and then play the game from
Which
there.
is kind of how your decks have been in all these matches and throughout the tournament, and even before that, is you kind of have it's very generalist.
Yeah. That's
And-
how you have to play. If you
Yeah.
know you can just win trades one-on-one,
Yes.
you just
Absolutely.
play generalist and adapt.
Absolutely.
It's funny, right?
So
Brawling is
moving-
dead and all the feedback
so-
you see. But brawling is not dead, and you guys have proved that you can brawl push and win. I like that. Mad respect.
Absolutely. And from 5JDX and HPG, what happened with the Executioner there in the middle? I think that mech was supposed to be your guys' linchpin, right? Am I correct in saying that? And it kind of got either left to dry or was out of position. What happened there with that Executioner?
I do not know.
Yeah, honestly, it's like that one was harder because you know me and Kieran were up trying our best to like trade, but also just get information was more important, and so that may have been our fault because you know after we get beat up a bit, not scouting as well. So it's hard to say, but when that went down, it was kind of over at that point. But it was already pretty hard. We were hoping on getting some picks of the streaks, so when that didn't happen, it's difficult because they can just go for your back caps once they beat up your trader enough, rotate around the wall.
Absolutely.
And then streaks aren't nearly as good if they're not fighting you underneath. So
That pretty much sums up, I think, my question on HPG. So moving on to Tourmaline Desert. Obviously, the disconnect was extremely bad, but I don't know if it actually influenced the match largely because I think I mentioned this in the cast, but an issue I saw with your guys' strat as an observer was the gargoyle going all the way to Gamma, right? It's difficult because he doesn't have the speed, really, like a light mech, and he doesn't have the range, obviously. He was a brawl gargoyle. So what was kind of the intention there? You wanted that light fight to happen. You wanted that ambush to happen, but it didn't happen. And at that point, like, it seems like it's kind of a waste to have the gargoyle up there. What do you guys think about like,
Well,
the
and we
gargoyle
have the
the-
summoner on Sigma to deny it, and it can't get rushed by single light because it all, like has full streaks as well.
Okay. Right.
But then it just DCs and Sigma gets flipped for free because I also couldn't call that I was DC'd.
Right.
So my
Oh,
team was just thinking I was denying it, and in actuality, I was just disconnected.
Well, of course, you also had the Phoenix Hawk get picked, and of course, I mean, we all know that like lights and light packs getting picked is very bad, so that kind of spelled doom for the match. And then again, like I'm just curious on the logic of the Gargoyle. I think the Gargoyle would have been a lot stronger on the bottom side of the map because it seemed like you guys wanted to hold, you wanted to deny that cap and hold it and just kind of sit there. That was your plan. Do you think the Gargoyle would have been better down there, or was it you think it would have been better up there? Maybe switch out a light for a Gargoyle. What do you think on that?
Well, we just pretty much split up because we didn't know which side JGX was going to push. So that's kind of the decision there. I put the XE on one side and the Gargoyle on the other.
Okay.
just on that, right? Did JGX, Navid, and the other guys, did they see the Gargoyle there on the cap point?
No, I was there. We didn't, but I knew there would be something there. The lights were being like an obvious bait around that corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
we can't tell from spectator,
Dragoons.
right? Like you don't know if you can see it or not. It's a bit hard.
Yeah, no, and we never, none of the lights saw it, but we just all suspected it. And Dragoons have hidden in past matches a mech there. They hit a streak.
Sneaky.
They hit a
Right.
streak mech in that corner, like at one point.
And that
So,
comes from just playing against each other a lot. That's kind of the downside is you start to
No,
anticipate.
but it wasn't from
our.
it wasn't from our scrims. I don't think. I think it was actually a match.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
the actual match.
It was
The
the
last-
match. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they put but and it's also when you scout, it's not just what you see, it's what you don't see.
Right,
So
obviously.
there was when we're looking around the middle of the map, like there weren't enough mechs around.
Right.
So it's like, well, where are they? Oh, look, the lights are hiding and they're trying to like drag us around the corner. Well, obviously there's going to be something there, so let's just not
I was
engage.
kind of hoping
You don't
for
know
a
if it's going to
debate,
be like
but
you don't know if it's going to be one mech that you can take the fight, or if it's going to be like 3 mechs hiding in that little alcove.
And that's the
exactly what it was.
that's like the dangerous part of playing more of a holdy, hidey, campy strat is, you know, you're being JGX, as you mentioned, right? You don't see mechs, you start to anticipate the unexpected, right? Because you're not seeing what you expect to see. So
Yeah. The
Something's
other
up, right?
strategy, I don't know.
Something's
I don't know if I haven't, as I said, I haven't looked at the bird's eye view. But did you have anything at your home cap?
No, they didn't.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing. I almost sent Dario in the flea to get their home cap, and then we would have 3 caps anyway.
yeah, and that would have actually worked because they didn't really have anything to like try and oppose them.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought there could have been 1 mech hiding there as well. So instead, I
Yep.
decided to go the safer play and Sigma. Our assaults are closer to Sigma, so we can send them down there to support more.
It worked.
So that's why I pushed Sigma.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Mr. Bowser?
I mean, that's pretty much it for the Tourmaline. Other than the unfortunate DC, there's not a lot you can do about that. But I don't know if that would have changed the game a lot. It might have, but not a huge amount. Because I mean, that's something.
I think we still would have won regardless.
I think so too.
Disconnect or not.
I firmly believe, seeing that game with the bird's eye, the Gargoyle was the wrong play. I think you could have accomplished very much the same with maybe like a Black Lantern or something.
Yeah, I think their push would have been too strong
instead of that Gargoyle. And that's the thing is, if you had that Gargoyle for that push, it would have done better receiving than it does pushing, especially on a big map like that. So I think the Gargoyle being swapped would have made a big difference, personally. Moving on to Polar. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Polar,
so,
wow.
Where do we even start with Polar?
Start with JGX side. What did you see? What was going on during the game? Because it was like the 5 JDX just run around everywhere. Just it was insane. It just all over the map from the bird's eye view. It was crazy.
From our side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the strat that they ended up doing, again, it wasn't wasn't incredibly surprising. It was a good one, definitely, but it wasn't one that surprised me. We fucked up a few times. One was just literally fuck up in the mech lab because 2 of our assaults were far too slow to do anything. That sort of put him out of the fight for a lot of the match. And then the other one was there was a moment there when we went back and forth. If we had committed more to Sigma, we probably would have picked the Phoenix Hawk instead of just the Flea. If it was the Flea and Black Lena straight away, we could have picked that Phoenix Hawk and then we could have reinforced Sigma, and that would have.
I actually thought that was going to happen, but it didn't. And then the other mechs were coming in, and then there was like, oh shit, there's mechs everywhere. We're going to get out.
It was just a mistake. Yeah, just a mistake that happened. Yeah, that's what sort of that and the slow assaults combined was the thing that made us lose. The other one I thought was we could have immediately just pushed the south cap.
So that funnels into another question I had. How come the Direwolf and the Mad Cat were so reluctant to move? They had so much armor, they never moved at all to help with any of the fighting because they're out of range the whole match. Again, as I mentioned in the cast, it doesn't matter. They have 1,200, 1,500 meters optimal. The fight's happening further than that. So they're not, I mean, they didn't really do any damage, right? And that's what we saw at the end of the game. So what was kind of the idea behind that?
Because by the time they get to Gamma Hill, they're literally too slow.
Yeah, that's fair. They've fucked
It's
this
like
slow.
by the time they get
Slow.
to one of the caps, like it's almost over already. They're very, very slow mechs.
That's fair enough, but I mean, the game's slowly slipping from your hands, right? And from my perspective, you have to make something happen, and they didn't. You know, there wasn't something that tried to be made happen. At least, like, try to make something happen. Like Pasha and the Executioner was able to move up. I mean, surely they had more than enough time to move up. At least from the top-down perspective.
Yeah, well, you saw it at the end there. Like Dragoons started making plays at Theta and Gamma. So what I wanted was the two big assaults to be able to hold Theta Gamma, and then the other 6 mechs to try and take a cap. It's just we spent too long and misengaged with the other 6 mechs.
Yeah, it was the Phoenix
Because
Hawk. You missed it.
Because if you send if you send like just say the two like the Dire or the Mad Cat somewhere, like with the speed they go and the nature of the map, like that's where they are then. So I figured that okay, they're going to play cap game like this. We've got 6 mechs. That should be enough to win one side, and we'll get our other 2 assaults to hold 2 cap. You know, we only need to get that 3rd cap. It's just we didn't do it enough time, and we mishandled the implementation of it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And from 5JDX's side, what was kind of your game plan going into the match? The very interesting mechs, the extremely fast Hellfire, the brawling Gargoyle, which is kind
It looked a bit haphazard from my point of view.
As a linchpin, and then the LRM Warhammer with the Narc and Cheetah. What was kind of your prerogative, your perspective going into that drop there?
Like we said, the goal was just like get a light pretty much, and then try to control the outer caps there. We've played against JGX a lot, so I kind of expected that. Okay, they'll move their like era large. I think we all kind of expected that to that hill where they control Theta and Gamma. And then it just comes down to like, okay, we need to get like a Narc or like get a pick on one of their lights when they're trying to fight for the cap. And was pretty much the game plan, at least from my understanding.
Well, it
Kill
worked.
the lights and then cap.
It worked. That's good, right? That's it. It was crazy to watch. Crazy to watch.
If you look at all the matches, we didn't do anything special like JGX. We just did exactly what we've done, like pretty much every time.
And I mentioned that multiple times.
It was our standard, our standard loadout, our standard strats.
I mean, you say not special, but
even your mechs were almost the same every drop. Almost. A few changes here and there, map specific, but your mechs are almost the same every drop. You played very standard, and that makes sense. Obviously, you're the top dog. You play safe. You know you have the traders. You know you have the strap. Whatever, right? You play safe.
But also the same thing too, right? The aim was like on mining. The armor bleeding in the CTs was just massive from your JGX side. It was really good. The aim was solid. It was really, really good. Just drilling CTs.
Just play what we do.
Yeah, and that carries on to mining, right? So my questions would be, I said it during the cast, and I think I said it here too. I think 5JDX had a better deck. They had the PPC V-Goal, which does really good work if you play properly against the ZR largest. They had the Supernova, in my opinion, incredibly overpowered mech. And, you had the Direwolf, same as JGX, and the Mad Cat. It's like you were rivaled equal on trade, but you guys were kind of losing trades a lot. Kind of what happened there?
I think it was just, again, they're better pilots when it comes down to it. Like, they're just better at shooting.
Did JGX
like we had that good side of the map too, but
as a side question, did JGX anticipate that was how 5JGX were going to play? It felt like you guys were ready for that,
Well, I mean, if you go back and watch the 2020 championship finals, we played mining the exact same. We haven't changed in a year.
Yep.
Pretty much exactly the same. We, the mechs and the weapons we've taken are a bit different.
Yeah.
2020, it was all clan AR PPCs, like literally 4 clan AR PPCs and then 4 MPLs. Now it's more of a mix because there's more viable weapons. So we had SPLs and we had MPLs, we had ER large, we had Gorse, had AR PPCs. So we had a mix of stuff now. But it was essentially the same thing. Like it's funny you mentioned that Team 2 is the better side, because I don't think it is. I mean, most people do.
For
But I
holding,
think
for holding it is undoubtedly the better side because you can basically control Theta for free, and that's what happened. You guys weren't able to contest until they started losing armor. You tried but weren't able to. So for that 3 cap, at least, it is better from that perspective. Team
Yeah.
1 has arguably better trading positions, arguably not, but I would say
we
from
think
that
it has
perspective,
better
at
trading.
least,
We think it has better trading positions. Team 1.
that's extremely
That's why
fair.
That's why we picked it, because we got to choose.
Yeah, I was
chose
wondering
one.
actually the metagame of the map point there. Actually, yeah. True.
Yeah, because it rolls a dice for the 5th for who gets to choose the 5th side. So we actually got to choose that. So we picked Team 1.
The roll the dice is always top seed, by the way, with how the website works. Like, I haven't seen it be different. That's might be something to look into.
I have seen it be different. So it's definitely roll the dice.
Well,
I've
Mr.
seen
Bowers,
it
do
be
you have any
low
other
seed.
questions for these guys, or?
Well, I guess I'm trying to think of any question for JDX, but it was really, I mean, they played it, obviously as Crash said, very, very standard, very same.
Surgical, mate. Surgical.
It's yeah, that's what I would describe it as.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I don't think I really have any. Like, it's very textbook. I mean, 5JDX made a great push at the end, evening it out a lot, but they were just down, as I mentioned, the cast 200% armor at that point in time. It's just very hard to come back from that. Perhaps another question of 5JDX. Like, when did you guys realize you were losing trades during that match? Were you aware of that as a team?
Yes.
Okay.
We were.
So then my question to you guys is, how come a call wasn't made to do what you did maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes earlier?
Yeah,
Were
there
you
was
just not sure, or?
there actually was like a call that happened where we were
Ooh.
debating which side to go. And we actually changed our mind, and that delay really hurt us because we were gonna go push the cupcake side originally. Because
Some of you started moving there.
yeah, and then we decided to turn around. I think Zio scouted that the Direwolf was like just like untouched
Hesitation.
and
Ready
strong
to fight.
Yeah,
foundation.
yeah. It was
So
definitely
we had to like try to
hesitation.
go the other side, and it was too late at that point. It felt like. So
Yeah,
yeah,
fair
there
enough.
was like actually a call to push earlier. It just
Didn't happen, mate.
execution was
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't happen, right? And that's the game. That's the game, and comms and everything. And sometimes it just doesn't happen, and you pay for it, right?
I mean, still a great series.
Great.
Overall,
Oh yeah, man, that was amazing. Like, just awesome. Absolutely awesome from both teams. I think you guys could both sit pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy. I think we played good, and throughout this entire tournament, like we did a good job, played our best. I'm proud of the
Yeah.
second place we got, and I think the better team won like first place, and that's fine with me.
I mean, we've
Absolutely.
been losing to JGX a lot in internals already, like over this entire world championship. So
Oh,
it would
yeah.
be kind of like I wouldn't feel well taking the finals from them
Frankly,
with
as
that
the
knowledge in mind.
frankly, as the underdog, I mean, you guys did really well. I
Yep.
guess so. Is
Our goal was getting
Probably
one
the-
drop at
this
maximum.
is the most interesting world championship in, I mean, what? At
In
least-
The
years.
finals in a long time. Yep. Great. It was
Probably
awesome.
since 17.
I think 2018 is more interesting just because it's in person. I think the in-person championships are a lot more interesting. But then I'm biased because I was there. But I think they're more interesting than these online ones. And you're also playing for a lot more money. Even 18 was a lot more money than this year. But not always about the money, right? But again, that's debatable. But
Look, both teams showed up. They put on an amazing show. Absolutely
the match
amazing
was
show.
better than the 18 matches. That's for sure. I remember a lot of the 18 matches were lopsided one way or the other.
Yep.
So from that perspective, you're absolutely right.
I mean, it's just stock mode as well. 2018. It's not
Yeah,
exactly
there's that as
Oh,
well.
let's not go there, please. Oh my
There is
God.
that as well.
Oh,
Exactly.
That's a
man.
big that's a big gotcha
dear.
right there.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
I think I gotta go.
Yeah, thanks,
Absolutely,
guys.
guys.
Amazing
Thank you.
job.
Thank you very much.
Awesome
And
grand
congratulations
final.
to JDX.
Yep.
Awesome from 5JDX. You guys are awesome.
GG's to
Thanks
everyone.
to the cast, boys.
Bloody
GG's.
amazing,
Yeah,
guys.
and thanks to everyone playing in the tournament. It was a great Worlds
Absolutely.
this year.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we'll round out the cast here. Mr. Bowser, mate, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed
Thank you
yourself.
for
I
having
think
me.
you did.
Absolutely.
And to all the viewers,
Glad to have cast.
mate, I love it. I love casting the game. I love playing the game. It's a good, great game. And you know what? Thank you to all the viewers. We've had 500 viewers the entire stream, which is absolutely amazing. People still care about the game, and that's awesome. So thank you to JGX, 5JDX, and all of the other players, competitors, teams. That there was what was it, 70, 80, 100 teams or something that played CompQ this year. It was awesome. It's great to see that everyone is getting involved. Comp isn't just about the elite or whatever. It's just about having some damn fun and playing MechWarrior in a different way. You got anything else to round out, mate, or not?
No, that's about it.
All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I will put the code up here on the end of the stream. Thank you very much. And guys, we will see you in 2022.
Absolutely.
There, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it.